Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we've got our very first look at the new legendary carrier USS Midway. Now obviously Midway's pretty famous, but other than that, as a new legendary carrier, I'm kind of intrigued to see just how nasty this is. Now this is obviously against a Musashi. First drop, all of the bombs away, and we just hit him for 20,000 damage and a fire. Yep, that's called balance, folks. You gotta love it. So, yeah, I know Musashi doesn't have the most AA in the world. Probably why Peak's going after him. Now, it looks like we've got an attack squadron size of 8. And I believe each one of these guys drops 2 ordnance, whether it be 2 torpedoes, 2 bombs each. So, kind of like Saipan in that sense. I know we haven't actually done... Yeah, you can see... Each attack is 2 aircraft, and they drop 2 bombs or torpedoes each. So yeah. Saving aircraft early on is always a big deal with a carrier, because honestly, the longer your carrier... It's kind of like German battleships. The longer into the game that your carrier is able to effect, the better for your team. Because you'll be able to get more strikes off, there's less AA, because people get their AA stripped off their ship as they take hits. So, overall, the longer you can survive with planes, the better. Now, obviously, we're attacking another Musashi here. Maybe the same one, whatever. But, we've got a beautiful look. Trying to avoid his torpedo protection, we get 4 torpedoes into the target, and we scored 2 floods there. Yikes. And that's perma, because we already had hit him with the fire early on. So now we're going to leave that Musashi to flood for a little while, and he actually damage cons, surprisingly. And it looks like we're going to head over here and potentially attack the Yami over here. Again, Yami doesn't have the most AA in the world, so big, slow, huge targets that are not as likely to shoot down your planes are kind of what you're looking for when it comes to dropping your bombs, right? So early in the match, you're looking for the easy ways. Now, Yami's there, but he actually decides not to go for Yami. He goes for Conqueror instead. Yami's about to die. So he's going to fly into the AA and flak, which is never a good thing. If you guys don't know how flak works, flak basically increases the damage that you take. So when you're trying to fly into AA, now obviously Peak is a way better carrier player than I am, but I'm going to explain this because some of you guys probably don't know this. The flak clouds that you see, those big black clouds, that's flak. When you fly through those, you increase the damage that your aircraft takes from the rest of the AA for a few seconds. So keep that in mind. You want to avoid those flak clouds at all costs. Try to avoid them. And that will allow you to keep more of your planes and be able to get those away. You'll notice he flew through the flak cloud, immediately lost his planes. That's just how it works. So just try to avoid that. And again, Peak is a much better carrier player than I'll ever be. I hate playing carriers. I suck in them. So my advice, it probably should always be taken with a grain of salt, but definitely for carriers. I'm not a good source of information for carriers, but you can see here he goes between the flak and then he flies right through it, and immediately his planes start getting shredded. Is he going to make the drop? He's going in for his drop. He does have all 3 of his planes, and he gets his bombs away. So in this instance, he's fine. And he manages to hit the man for 14,000 damage. That's insane, man. Why is this a thing? Why are carriers capable of hitting so freaking hard? So hard. Doing 20,000 damage. Like, that's literally like being slapped in the face with a Conqueror. Okay? That's devastating. And there's nothing you can do to defend it. What are you going to do? Dodge? And then open yourself up to be shot by the rest of the team? Yeah. It's a lose-lose situation more often than not. Now, the Musashi, to his credit, actually survived, and he's over there with, more than half his hit points. Of course, he was able to get a lot of that health back. Because fire and flooding damage can all be healed. So, he's coming back in. He's got a full load of torpedoes. He's got 6 torpedo bombers ready to go. Each one of these guys capable of dropping 2, so that's going to be a potential 12 torpedoes on target. And with the limited AA that the Musashi has, it's going to be pretty hard not to get these planes away. So he gets 4 torps in the water there. He's going to immediately turn around and try to get another good strike here. You can see the amount of damage, another 16,000 and 2 floods. This thing seems to be flooding awful lot for a carrier. Now, it could be he's just getting really good torp placement ahead of the belt, and that's causing the floods. But we'll see what happens here. Now, obviously, the Musashi just damaged Khan. He's got more torps coming in. 2 torps are definitely going for the belt. He might just kill him outright. He might not even need a flood here. Yeah, he gets him with 3, and there's the flood with the 4th. And down goes Musashi. So just like that, we're at 98,000 damage done. We have enemy carriers starting to light up Peak, and Peak is starting to take hits from elsewhere. So he's going to start maneuvering his ship. Probably going to tuck his ship in behind his teammates to A, help with AA, and B, you know, be able to maneuver around the map. Or he may just sit behind that island and say, go ahead and try to come at me, carrier, because it's not going to work out in your favor. You're going to just lose a lot of planes, and it's just not a good idea. But he sees a fresh, healthy, full health Yamato, and this, you got to be salivating here. Now, he's getting rid of a couple of extra planes here because Yamato does have a little bit better AA than the Musashi, but still, I don't expect him to lose all of the planes here. We got 3 planes going in. He's just trying to save planes at this point. He wants to make sure that he has planes late game, because this game could come down to the wire. Now, he is going to be flying through flak, but it's going to be a very short amount of time. He may have avoided it by starting his attack run. And then he drops the bombs right over the bow, and he drives under him and just absolutely smashes him. Over 12,000 damage and a fire, like, just annihilates the man. And guess what? He's about to come back with some torpedoes, and he's going to do the exact same thing. Now, obviously, we've got 8 of them. He's going to drop off a couple. I don't know if he's going to drop 2 sets of bombs. Yep, it looks like he's going to. So that's going to leave him with half a squadron. Is he going to drop a 3rd set and just go in with 1 set of torpedoes? I'd be very surprised if he does. Yeah, okay. So he's going to try to get these torpedoes into the side of the Yamato, and we got another Yamato behind him. This is huge. Now, he's been getting the fire damage this entire time, and their front Yamato gets absolutely blapped here. Is he going to continue the attack run, or is he going to call it off? He goes ahead, drops that set, and he's going to go ahead and reposition for an attack run on this Yamato. Hopefully, he's able to get a flood here, and of course, the Yami will damage con that, and then he'll come back with some HE bombs for sure to get that perma-fire. Probably, with Peak's luck, probably going to get a double perma-fire on this poor Yamato, but goes straight for that bow. You can see he's trying to avoid the belt armor because obviously the belt reduces the chance for flooding. It also reduces the amount of damage. So he scores 4 hits, no surprise there. Most of them hit the belt, so not a huge damage hit, but he's already at 140,000 damage. The team is winning handily here. We've got 2 caps to their 2 caps, so nobody's gaining a points advantage. So the Peaks team with the ship advantage, they've got the points advantage. So now, Peak goes back out. He's actually taking more torpedoes here. I'm surprised he didn't take the bombers, but I guess he wants to try to get the flood. So he's going to go out here and is going to keep a 5 squadron. That's kind of an odd squadron, but we'll see what he does. I expect him to get out here and be able to, yeah, he's going to drop another set. So that's going to leave him with 3 planes. Of course, only 2 of them are going to be able to go in for the attack. And that leaves 1 plane for kind of a cannon fodder. So you know you're probably going to have 1 plane get shot down. So at least this way you're still going to have 2 planes attacking the Yamato. Now, obviously, Yamato is just sitting here waiting for it. There's nothing he can do about this. He's trying to stay bow into everybody. He's shooting at the Musashi. He actually gets a really good hit on Peak's Musashi friend. So Peak goes in. He's got about the easiest drop you'll ever make. And he gets all of the torpedoes away. Is he going to get the flood? No flood. 4 more hits. 2 of them were ahead of the belt, and neither of them caused a flood. So maybe he was just getting really lucky with the floods early in the game. But either way, he brings out a full squadron of bombers now. He's going to drop a couple of these for sure. Doesn't want to lose planes unnecessarily. But 156,000 damage already in the the Midway is pretty ridiculous. And this hasn't felt like he's been going nuts, you know what I mean? He's had some really easy attacks, but it really hasn't shown, or like really hasn't felt like he's been really going as hard as this ship can possibly go in this fight. That's just, you know, just from the feeling. So this ship has really high potential, I think. But he gets the attack away. Yami's in reverse, so he leads the ship with the bombs, and he hits the man for a couple of thousand and no fires. Just not getting the fires or the floods that he's looking for here, unfortunately. Otherwise, this would be over 200k damage easy. But is he going to be able to break 200k? There's not a whole lot of people that are capable of damaging this Yamato right now, so he's just kind of farming this Yamato. Oh, never mind. Somebody just touched him. Somebody touched him from the mid. So Yami's in trouble. He's starting to get hit from the middle of the map. It's only him and the carrier left, so everybody's shooting at him. And Peak is right now just salivating. He's like, no, just leave him alone. I want to get the damage. I want to get the damage. So he's coming in as hard as he can come in. He used his booster and everything to try to cool down the engines to get here faster. And the guy literally loses all of his health just as Peak gets here. But nope, Peak doesn't even get the kill. And right now I can just imagine Peak being like, motherfucker. Because that's how I am when I'm like right there ready to get a big hit on somebody. And if you notice on the other team, the enemy carrier is none other than Where Are You, Aaron? Now this goes to the fact that, you know, Wargaming loaned the carriers to these, the CCs, right? But the carriers have a, they're mirrored. You're not allowed to play a legendary carrier without another legendary carrier in the game. So the only way that you can have a legendary carrier right now is if you're in the CC program or a developer or maybe a super tester or something like that. So you've got to get a hold of somebody and say, hey, I want to play a game in this so I can record this. And so that's why they're in a match on the opposite teams. So they're both trying to get videos right now. And obviously Pete got his video with 163,000, 20 torpedo hits, 18 bomb hits, 2 fires. Like, this could have been even worse. Like, if he got a little... Oh, my God, that looks beautiful down there, by the way. But, yeah, like, even if he'd gotten a little bit more RNG, especially on that Yamato there at the end, oh, my God. Like, this is 200k written all over it. But now he's going carrier hunting. We can see the fighters getting deployed automatically. He knows roughly where the carrier's last known was. And you know carriers like to go to the corners of the map. So, Peak turns towards the corner of the map and is going to see if we can't find him, and sure enough, there he is. Now, obviously, this late in the game, you've got the planes. Now's the time to just not even worry about it. We've got torpedoes, so now we can try to set up getting multiple strikes off on this guy. And the way you'd want to do this is to try to drop the torps early. You don't want to drop the torps like right up against him, because then you're getting all your planes shot down. So we'll see if Peak does this. Never mind, the game's over. What a bummer. I would like to see Aaron getting slapped around a little bit there, I'm not gonna lie. But 163,000 damage. You guys know Peak, so make sure you guys go down and check his channel. It'll be in the description below as always. Peak gets third, or like halfway down the leaderboard, which I feel is a little bit of a disgrace considering the fact that he actually did quite a bit in this one, especially taking out those priority targets. Here you can see his build if you're interested. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Let us know what you guys think. I've got this one, and I've got one in the Hakuru that I can't say that ship. I'm sorry, but Peak sent me one in the Midway, one in Hakuru, and we're going to try to get those up there for you guys, just so you guys can get a look at the ships and see what you want to do about it. So, if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.